it starts here. Game 1 on Pokemon Stadium, as is tradition. DM with the trucker hat Pikachu, and Smokk with the Roy.
Already, I mean, game starts immediately. Full hop T-Joe.
Yep.
I don't think anyone's surprised by that, right? Already knows what the game plan is, and we're just going to hop right into it. How is this Roy going to approach?
Right, on some daring today, aren't we? Full hop T-Joel. But we also see these phenomenal combos. Nice air dodge out in the crowd. Already getting the A's out for every neutral air that lands. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you got to keep those flips where you can. And look, you know Roy wants to get aggressive on their landing most of the time, so trying to call that out early with that forward smash was smart. Establish fear in him and make him believe he can't try to pressure you there.
Wow, the dash attack sneaking in under that forward air was so smart, and what a parry too. This still doesn't seal the deal, but got to lead to an edge guard. Ooh, good route.
Yeah, I like the attempt by trying to force a double jump earlier with that T-Joe, but not quite able to line up that down air. I love the aggressive edge guards. He misses the forward air, but says, you know what, screw it. Let me just thunder to see if it hits.
Just sit down, be humble. That was so quick, but Pikachu surprisingly not dying in that situation is actually tripping me up because Pikachu does not weigh very much, so DM, luckily with the graces of whatever happened, is still able to keep this stock.
Yeah, you can tell by my exclamation. I already thought that was the stock too,
Yeah,
but you know, no rage on the Roy. Pikachu still holding on, and that's a big opportunity for DM because you know it can lead to a lot of damage. No jump here, if I'm not mistaken, but finds a way down.
Oh man, like for TM, it looks like he's right at home, right? We've seen this exact game plan from DM against so many different players, and especially if you haven't played DM before, it can be tough to deal with. How are you surviving?
Yo, look, let's take a trip over to Smokk for a second. How is nothing killing for him?
Right.
This has been just, what is going on? It's crazy how it's like every single time he tries to find an opener, he just barely misses. That ends up being the sour spot. Well, like Smokk has a lot of good right ideas. He's just barely missing the KOs.
Yeah, it's pretty wild too. It's like, oh, why'd you pick Roy? Oh, he kills early. And it's like, are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like you got the Payless version or something.
Right.
Like it just isn't quite hitting the way it's supposed to.
But still just one more opening. It could be a big change of pace, but DM is not letting it happen. A dodge that's so ambitious. Up throw.
I heard you say that, not the flea market Roy, bro.
Yeah.
It's the Craigslist Roy, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Bro, why is this sword backwards?
He got that reverse blade sword, bro. The
Right.
Roroni Kenshin. He didn't know. He didn't know.
That's Edge double dance.
Yeah, exactly, man. But we're gonna see if maybe Smokk
okay.
gets something going. He got a couple hits in, 26%, not too bad. But this is Roy. Kill that rat, man.
Okay, I'm going to go with the down throw. Nice little follow-up and some vertical pressure, but Smokk has had some really good defensive options and finding ways to get down from that stage.
It's something that could work for Smokk here, is that Pikachu at these ranges does actually struggle to kill off straight hits. It's things like the aerial, the dash attack, you have to find a throw, but you can't get the confirms anymore. But DM made him jump with that T-Jolt to finally close it out with that forward air.
Oh, man.
The crowd favorite right now. The A's coming out. The air dodge, though, finds a way out. I like that air dodge out, roll in. Really good option.
Okay, and you see he does a double dance, a double edge dance upward,
I'm sorry
right?
about that.
Oh, no, you're big chilling. I feel you, though. But he's like, I'm trying to juggle this Roy, right? I'm trying to keep him, or juggle this Pikachu, keep him in the air, maybe get these falling uppers. But look how annoying it is to catch DM. He just zip, zap, zap, zoop, zap, zap, blah, blah, blah. It's like, all right, bro, like, I get it, you're a scat man, but like, I need you to slow down so I can hit you. Get over here.
And about B, get that combo, bro. It's about time you got the KO soon because Pikachu is not struggling at all in neutral. Tries to go for a hard punish, hoping he landed right next to him, but just never found it. That's probably the game right there, and that's going to be DM going up one in the count.
Yeah, some very good forward air placement, some very good off-stage pressure from DM too. We just saw so many like functional traps of like, hey, I'm throwing this aerial out. Oh, you dodge? I have the thunder to cover it.
Wow.
Let's go, DM.
Clap, 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 clap. To me, I'm like, no music.
Yeah.
That's where I want to go. Hey. Hey.
They don't know that one in the
But
crowd.
now they're hyped for DM in the crowd out there, man.
definitely-
I mean, this is the hometown hero.
Yeah, you know, we talked about Light being #1 seed, of course, but coming in from Connecticut, we got a crowd out here, but this is Massachusetts, and this is the highest rep they have left in there. And DM, look at the smile on him. He looks like he's having a great time. But for Smokk, again, there's a reason why he's here. He was destroying so many people on the run yesterday. It would be a crucial judgment error to start calling him out now. And I'm curious of what his approach will be next game. He's taking a good amount of time to think about his next stage here. You kind of almost baited into going to Smash for a PS2, but I wouldn't want to do that against Pikachu. Right. I like this instead going with Hollow Bastion. He still gets that center platform he's looking for, but one interaction doesn't guarantee a free ledge trap for Pikachu.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, because this dude plays other characters, right? And so I'm like,
Could be part of why he's going here too.
maybe. I would love to see potentially a change because that Roy was fine, admittedly, but it just seemed like DM was so comfortable. It was like, I'm going to run away from you, you're going to try to dash in on me, and I'm going to get a grab, get a nair chain that takes you to like 50, get you off stage, and once you're off stage, it's done.
One thing I will say that I heard recently over at SmashCon when Shattuck was talking, well, as we see Smokk potentially die immediately. Okay, it gets back. Shattuck was, Danik was asking me about Shattuck when it comes to secondary, right? And Shattuck's answer was, Dad, I'm going to figure it out. I want to win with my character. And that's something that Smokk has, he's been playing primarily, and if you want to figure it out, you need to try and quit.
It's true.
You need to like, get that data. So you still have more games to play. We'll see if it works out. I think it's just what he's feeling comfortable with right now.
Ooh, all right, though. Looking like Smokk Sanders trying to figure it out right now. He's got a couple of answers already. He keeps it close, but still DM knows he could slow it down at any given time. We're seeing that right now, but Smokk's still finding an opening.
Oh, and once again, those quick attacks have just been so pesky to deal with. DM almost gets the stock, and that's the thing, right? This exact scenario where Smokk is off stage happens so often that it doesn't matter if DM misses like half of these edge guards because he's gonna get another opportunity.
One thing I will say is that the amount of hits that DM is getting per interaction this time round has gotten much smaller, and that's keeping this game as perfectly even as we can get right now. You start doing that, and Smokk all of a sudden starts finding combos, and he is. It looks like he's starting to warm up. You can see it in his behavior.
But just as we say that, DM is trying to, put him on ice. We saw that side special to go and try and reset the situation, come back with that T-Jolt insurance, some good pressure there, stuck on the platform, and the dash attack takes it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you got mixed there. I was not expecting a read with a dash attack off of that roll, 100%.
Right.
Now I was expecting it, definitely not what he saw coming.
Oh, here we go. We're going for a ride here. A little electric one. It's going to lead to 40%, and that's going to be all she wrote. But, man, bro, this is definitely the discount Roy, bro. Like, Dollar Tree Roy. Why isn't it hitting the way it's supposed to?
Bro, you should have ordered from Amazon, bro. Like, you need to get the full price actual.
No verified buyer or seller or
Right,
whatever,
right.
you know? Like, gotta...
Oh,
okay, we take those. Hold on.
You might have got the package deal
Somebody
that
forgot to pay the
Pikachu.
electric bill, bro. Like, ran out of juice a little early. Not the curse of bro.
Okay, really solid dash attacks. We've seen so many of those going under the aerials or landing aerials from Smokk. Really good adaptation. Smokk still some good damage here, though, with that double-edged dance and another one.
I much prefer these over that down throw into nothing. I'm not sure what, like, sometimes you autopilot into immediate throw because you think that there's going to be minimal end lag, which, of course, Pikachu has very minimal end lag in almost everything, like so. But you have to make sure you're maximizing your damage because DM's getting so much more. He does not have a jump that time. DM got very aggressive to make sure all those saves he did before Flambeau, we're not doing it this time.
And that's all it takes, right? One of those interactions, especially at a low percent threshold, that leads to the stock just being gone. I mean, look at this conversion. Like, it is not looking too great for Smokk. That's going to be a punish. You know he's going off stage. What happens next? Good recovery.
I was going to say, hopefully nothing. Smokk making it back. Because that opening started at such a low percent, I would hate to see something terrible happen. But DM is still keeping this going. Finally, Smokk breaking it up with the forward air. But those quick attacks have been phenomenal.
You know, there's a certain point where matchups just disappear because DM has just read every defensive option he's taken. He had to read when he decided to stay still and go for that double-edged dance. He read the jump off the platform or off the wall. He's been constantly calling out what Smokk wants to do next. Smokk needs to try and somehow mix that up because DM is basically playing for free because everything he's been doing has been completely blown up by DM over that last game.
Yeah, that air dodge, pretty much just, I don't know, a habit, if you will, a reaction, not necessarily to any particular thing, but like when you're that high up, you're not really worried about what Pikachu up air at that point. DM was though ready for that air dodge, had the thunder lined up, and what a fantastic finish to that game too. I like the idea of the Hollow Bastion pick. I just don't think it really came to fruition throughout that game.
Yeah, and I like that you bring up kind of the air dodge in that situation, right? Because we were looking at a similar situation in one of the previous sets where it was like, oh, Zamba's not air dodging on the way down. He doesn't have to be scared of anything. Kind of similar-ish situation here where it's like, all right, coming down, like, yes, maybe it was an attempt to air dodge the thunder itself and then not picking properly, but otherwise, like, what does Pikachu have on you?
Yeah, it's Pikachu has a lot.
Yeah.
Pikachu has a lot on everyone, and that's something we kind of see fall away up until recent, where we didn't see ECM as many events. It kind of took a little bit of a break there, and then Shiny Mark started showing up like, hey,
Shiny Mark
we've seen
really
him online.
pulled up, bro.
He's really been pulling up and getting the job done. It's not easy to come up to everything because Guatemala is not a cheap trip up this way. But we've seen it with that. We're seeing it with DM's Pikachu again. DM for the longest time was always considered one of like the highest touted Pikachus available, and that is showing up again here with the way he's been playing against Smokk.
Ooh, really good adaptation right there. Just want to call out the double-edged dance at a certain point where Roy pulls back, which made that grab whiff. It's a really good option there, but DM still didn't let it phase him. He is back at it, already putting those combos together.
All right, here we go. Almost gets a startup with that falling neutral air, but a nicely timed air dodge from Smokk avoids certain egregious combo routes.
Yeah.
But even with that said, I mean, like, hopefully this is the one where Smokk answers back. Hopefully he's able to rein it in, really steel himself and temper the blade.
Hopefully. So far it's looking pretty even, but a couple of panic options from the two players right now is causing it to be a little bit of a scramble here center stage, but still dead even. Nice shield, but that grab and the jab are not finding the target.
Yeah, I mean, like we get it. It's Pikachu, there's a lot of minimal options you can punish sometimes, but you have to get these reads like so. Does he get the back air blow up that he was hoping for, but he needs to close out. There you go. Smokk finally catching him. He's been quick attacking off ledge essentially for free this whole set. He finally makes him pay for it.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see that, especially with the way that like Pikachu's hurt box contorts when he does quick attack. Like, it's like if you put out that disjoint, you can hit him,
Right.
but you just have to make sure that you have the timing right.
And it was in between the two quick attacks,
Yes.
which is phenomenal stuff. Really good presence of mind and confidence from Smokk to go for that and not get hit instead.
Yeah, here goes DM wasting no time whatsoever. He knew he was still within up row range into Thunder, but now can Smokk make something happen? His jumps burn. He had the air dodge, but he was a little too far away. That could cost you a stack. Luckily for him, he got out as quick as he could.
And I'm really hoping that in this game, we don't see Smokk lose the stock really early to an offstage engagement, right? It's really been the difference in a lot of the games we've seen before.
DM disagrees with you. He's like, nah, I want that, exactly that. Trying to go off immediately, but you're right. If that happens, the engine kind of just breaks. The steam is gone. It's hard to kind of just get motivated again, but it seems like Smokk is not quitting yet. All he needs is one good aerial once again near the ledge, and he'll probably do it. That would have maybe did it, but not for DM. He kept himself defensive.
Right on the hunt here with that offstage pressure, but it's going to be a nice little vertical combo. The up air is continuing that advantage state, but nice use of the back air to break it up. Good route around the T-jolts as well. Smokk putting it together right now with this up throw, could be dangerous. Oh, makes it out.
You can see he's looking for that option to get rid of this stock, right? He got that back air before. It was a sour spot. He was like, dang, well, maybe I can get like a jab. A jab immediately punished on block. Smokk does not know how to find the KOs.
Yeah, we're one stock away from DM sporting a 3-0 victory here to move into that coveted position of Final Four and loser semis to try and make that run back up, but he's got to still deal with Smokk, who's been minimizing the damage here, AG, and still has some hope in him.
Yeah, and he's finding very critical hits too, which has been the difference maker. You kind of have to take this little combo, but stay composed and break out of it when you can.
Oh, we going for a ride, baby.
Oh, 66 is not what you want to see, but
Why is
not
your
the
head
worst.
trade with a sword?
I know.
I'm not gonna lie, like just seeing that situation, I just want to like smack my opponent's controller, like just stop that. But for DM, you got a 366 out of that. That's gonna continue to climb. He forces the air dodge. That's all you need. It's not about hitting the down air. It's about making him scared, and he's building that damage up over and over again. All he needs is one good drag down there into down smash at the ledge, and that's probably game over.
Definitely, definitely. Already trying to put some more damage on here, but some good aerials and some spacing from Smokk. Retreating aerials have been so good. But
Did you see how DM let his shield get to the point where it would be shield poked, and he knew that's what Smokk was looking for? And he said that was never your turn to play. It was always mine. As DM sports that 3-0 we were expecting to see with the way he played, and he continues this incredible run here at Shine.
Yet to